Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Watford FIFA 20 career mode, and we are in January, so we are doing some January dealings, and that is for a young right back by the name of Max Aarons from Norwich. If you don't know about him, get to know about him. He was one of the most exciting prospects in the Championship last year, and he's already played a big role and will continue to play a big role for Norwich this season in the Premier League. He's 20 years old, so he's a young talent. Hoping to snap him up here for a low amount, get him on a good wage for a long period of time. I think moving, maybe not straight away. We've obviously got Femenia and Janmat, who I think will be leaving at the end of the season, but definitely a star for the future for Watford. So being able to lock in a good young player will be really, really good for us. And obviously he can grow with his potential and stuff like that. So I think this is a great signing. Maybe we didn't need a right back, but I thought he was available. And I thought, you know what, why not? And let's go for him. So that's the first piece of business here in January. But I've got 3 more games for you as always, guys. First up, we're at home against Tottenham, another London derby. Then we're away at Villa, which should be a very, very close game. And then we're going to round out the episode with the round of 32 game in the FA Cup away at QPR. So that should be a really, really good one. So without further ado, we're going to jump straight into the Tottenham game, another London derby. I think we've had so many of these. It's crazy, you know. Like it feels like every episode we've had a London derby of some sort. But Watford and Tottenham not too far apart. This is probably one of the closest derbies that Watford will play. But there's not too much rivalry, I don't think, in this derby. But Tottenham getting the ball out here to Danny Rose, who whips in an absolutely ridiculous first time cross there. Well, how the hell did he do that to Callahan at the far post, who looks like they bought in? But look at that. That was like a volley cross by Danny Rose there. That was absolutely incredible. Not sure how he managed to do that one. But Will Hughes has come into the team today, as he has done in the past couple of games where we played against the bigger teams. As Delafeu cuts inside. Can he get a shot away? He can get a shot away, but it's just rising, and it rises above the crossbar. I don't think that was too far at all. We'll get a better view from it this side. I think Lloris is in goal, and that has not gone too far over the bar. So good little start from us here. Kind of settling into the game. It's not Gazaniga in goal, actually, not Hugo Lloris. But as we're coming towards the end of the first half, not much really happened. Tottenham do pick up a corner here. Delafeu not really able to cut the ball out there from this short corner, but Christian Eriksen gets the ball back. Playing a little 1-2 with Ndombele. And Delafeu getting completely played around there by Christian Eriksen. He gets his cross into the far post, and Harry Kane it is at the far post just before the end of the first half. Nods the ball past Ben Foster to make it 1-0 to Tottenham. I think maybe Ben Foster could have done a little better. It looked like the ball kind of just looped over him. It looks like the defender at the far post, whoever that was. I think it was the left back. I think it was maybe Messina. Yeah, he could have done a little better, and then Ben Foster just went to ground almost too easily, and the ball looped over him. So 18 goals that is for Harry Kane already in the Premier League, so he looks like he's definitely on good form. And yeah, the game kind of got away from us after this. They made it 2-0, and not too long after that they made it 3-0. Harry Kane this time bagging his hat-trick. Off the rebound, Ben Foster could do nothing there. And yeah, this game kind of just slipped away from us a bit. And to add insult to injury, Harry Winks with the strength of a lion. Not sure where he got that strength from. He made it 4-0. And yeah, the less spoken about that game, the better. We were absolutely, we capitulated, and Tottenham tore us apart. But anyways, we're going to the game, which actually probably is more hopeful for us to get some points. Look at us looking very suave there. But yeah, Aston Villa, probably a team more on our kind of level. So it'll be good to try and see if we can get a win in this game. But Aston Villa, at the beginning of this game, just getting the ball into the box. I think that's Henry Lansbury with a shot there with his left foot, just going past the post. But they've started pretty positively. So I'll have to make sure that we kind of see the initial part of the game through. And so what we can do there is Delafeu cuts the ball out into Jonathan Ikone. Can he release Iñaki Williams? No, he plays it back to Delafeu instead. Back to Jonathan Ikone. He plays it square to Ismaila Sarr, and Ismaila Sarr smashes it into the corner. In real life, you can't finish for shit. But if anyone watched that Liverpool game, you would have realised how poor Ismaila Sarr's finishing was. But none of that in FIFA 20 here. Look at this, a sweet connection there past Tom Heaton, I think it is, in goal for Villa. And that is his 3rd goal in the Premier League this season. So Ismaila Sarr definitely chipping in where he can, and that's a great start to the game for us. And we look to kind of solidify that before we go into half-time. But Doucouré this time breaking with the ball, getting the ball out to Gerard Deulofeu, who spreads it further wide to Iñaki Williams. Can he get his cross into the box? And he does get it into this box, trapped by Doucouré. On the turn, Doucouré just swiveling and getting the ball past Tom Heaton and dabbing just for extra sauce, you know, just spraying that bit of extra sauce on his finish. Doucouré's definitely chipped in with his fair amount of goals this season. Going forward, he's been very impressive as he traps the ball there really well. But I think the ball was possibly going to Deulofeu anyway, but you know, Doucouré's been in good form, so it's great to see him on the score sheet once again. So yeah, really positive. And we move into the second half. Aston Villa have got to come out and play a bit more here now, because they've kind of just been shackled back in their own half as Gerard Deulofeu gets inside the box. Can he get a shot away? He can get a shot away. But this time, unlike the Tottenham game, he does get it closer, but it smacks across the crossbar. But Guendouzi has won it back into Jonathan Ikone, down into Iñaki Williams. Can he get a shot away? He can, but it is blocked by the defender. Can he get a cross in? But it is defended there. But Gerard Deulofeu again showing how dangerous he can be. He hasn't necessarily been on the best form over the last couple of weeks or games, but you know, just showing that he can cause a threat there as one of our defenders. Well, it was Guendouzi getting his header. But the ball just going over the bar. But yeah, 2-0 up. We honestly were cruising in this game. Aston Villa weren't causing us many problems. The ball comes into Sarr, into Iñaki Williams, who lays it off to Jonathan Ikone, who again, similar to Sarr in the first half, with a first-time finish right in the corner with the Gomis celebration as well, the Panther, just to top it off. And as with the first half with Sarr's goal, that was another fantastic first-time finish. And yeah, Aston Villa haven't been able to live with us at all in this game. We've been the much superior side, and it looks like we're justifying our position high in the table as Sarr gets the ball here. Can he cross the ball? He gets it into Femenia. Can he get his shot away? He can't get his shot away. Femenia was tackled just as he was about to take his shot. But we're at the end of the game now, and that is it. There is the full-time whistle. A fantastic 3-0 away win for us. Against a team that are probably, as I said at the beginning of the game, are on our level. So that was very good to get that win. And yeah, definitely needed that after the Tottenham game. But the final game of the episode today, guys, is the FA Cup game. Obviously, the FA Cup went pretty well for Watford last year, apart from the final. So hopefully we can recreate something like that. But before we think about the latter stages of the tournament, we'll have to get past QPR here in a round of 32. Will Hughes coming into the team, as is Ryan Brewster and Max Aarons for his debut. So we're interested to see how he plays as Ryan Brewster picks the ball up here. Can he get the ball into Tom Cleverley? He can. Will Tom Cleverley return the favour? He does. He squares it for Ryan Brewster, who gets his first goal for Watford. He hasn't really played as much as I would like him to. I think he went out in the Carabao Cup quite early. Wanted to play a bit more in that competition, but the FA Cup looks like it might be his competition as he beautifully just guides the ball there past the QPR goalkeeper, and that would do great for his confidence on the bounce. Look at that, just guided with his left foot. A fantastic goal from Ryan Brewster, his first in the FA Cup and his first for Watford. What a fantastic start, 11 minutes into the game. Hopefully we can see this through now and build on our lead, but QPR showing that they're not, they're not going to lie down as they get the ball here through to Hugill, who got in behind our defenders. Will he cross the ball? He decides to come in instead. Will he get a shot away? He does get a shot away, but it was blocked really well by our defender there. Not sure who that was, but yeah, great bit of defending there as they get the cross in. Will Hughes trying to clear the ball at the near post here as they get the ball in, and I think that was Hugill again who on the turn was trying to get his shot away, but the ball came in straight at Aurelio Gomez. And yeah, that was about as much that's happened in the first half. We didn't really pose too many more threats, and they actually looked more likely to score. And as you see at the top there, I actually did decide to bring on Gerard Deulofeu, someone who could probably do with a bit more confidence. And I thought this would be a good game for him, as Danny Welbeck here now picks the pocket of the QPR right back and breaks down the left. Doesn't look like anyone's catching him. What will he do? He decides to come inside, plays the ball into Tom Cleverley, who's moved into central midfield in the second half, who curls the ball beautifully past the QPR defender and goalkeeper there as he does an amazing flip. Not sure he can do that in real life, But that was a great lung-bursting run from Danny Welbeck, and Tom Cleverley using the defender there as his shield and getting the ball right in the corner. We've seen some fantastic finishes in this episode from Ikone last time and Tom Cleverley now. But yeah, Gerard Deulofeu hoping can make a bit of a difference as we kind of closing out the end of this game. QPR obviously are pushing forward as you would expect as they get the ball into the box. The ball's crossed into Pugh, and Pugh takes a shot. I think it deflects off one of our defenders. I think maybe Cathcart. And QPR unexpectedly find themselves back in the game. It was a pretty good cross to the far post, and Max Aarons was nowhere near it. And yeah, it did get a deflection off our defender. And well, I guess that makes the end of this game a little more tense than it should have been or could have been. But I think we've got enough quality to just hold on to the ball here, not do anything stupid. We've got enough experienced players on the pitch here. As Gerard Deulofeu picks the ball up in central midfield, goes past his defender. Can he get a shot away? He can get a shot away into the corner. And there is the Premier League quality. There is exactly the reason why I brought Gerard Deulofeu on, to give him some confidence, get himself a goal. He hasn't necessarily been on top form the last couple of weeks and the last couple of games. So good for his confidence to get his first goal in the FA Cup and his first goal in a little while as well. So that, I think, goal would pretty much wrap up the game. There it is. Referee blows the final whistle, and we do march on in the FA Cup. So a great away victory for us. QPR definitely put up a good fight, so fair play to them. But ultimately, it wasn't good enough, and we do progress. So maybe we'll start facing some of the Premier League opposition in the FA Cup soon, which may make it a little more difficult. But yeah, I think all in all a positive episode. I think obviously the Tottenham game, I think we should just forget about. I think they're just a lot better team than us. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll be back with transfer deadline day in the beginning of next episode. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you on another one.